Welcome back to the channel. Some of you guys probably have questions about your EGR, your combustion on your diesel engine. As you guys know, these engines are direct injection, so can you clean the valves on the intake side? In this video, we're going to show you guys how to clean your diesel engine to make sure you get a lot of that gunk out of there. If you didn't watch the last video we did, we discussed this a little bit more in detail. Today, we're going to clean. So here it is, guys. Josh, the one and only truck stuff.
Yeah.
You know? So what are we doing today, man?
Alright, so we're going to do an induction injection cleaning on this truck today. This is recommended every 30,000 mile service. What this does is it helps clean the whole entire EGR system, the intake system. This is the induction side of the cleaning. Helps clean the EGR cooler. It even claims to help clean the DPF, but I'm not confident that it's really going to do anything at the DPF, because by the time that this soap gets down there, it's pretty much already vaporized, right? It's running through a hot engine. So the other side is an induction injection side, and it's a separate chemical. We have a whole separate machine over here that we take the factory lift pump system, take it out, it recirculates on a loop. This plugs back into the engine side of the fuel system, and we run a cleaner through the injectors. So the engine's going to be running only on the cleaner that we put through it. So on a Cummins, it's really easy to get to these locations. Underneath here, we have, coming from the machine, these two lines: blue is supply, black is return. They come up and go right into the front fuel filter housing, and then this loop runs back to those lines that comes from the tank and then back to the tank.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so it's pretty easy to put this thing up in line, and Cummins was really thinking, or Dodge, whichever, was really thinking about us on this, because they gave us these nice little access points right here.
That is nice.
The older models, third gen, second gen, they don't give us those. We have to go back there.
Huh. You guys see this right here? So I just asked Josh, I said, hey, are you going to be charging that on the RO?
No, not at all. I just happened to be sitting here chit-chatting with JB and put my hand on it and went, oh, wow, that's kind of loose. It's not supposed to be like that, and I'm sure that every time he hits a bump, it goes rattle, rattle, bang, bang, and it's annoying. You know, this guy, he's here for his full 60K service, plus we find that he needs front brakes, and we need to figure out the low coolant message that keeps popping up on the dash, but coolant level's got plenty of coolant in it. Coolant bottle's got plenty of coolant in it anyway. The sensor's at the bottom, the junk attracts at the bottom, so we just got to replace that expansion tank. Anyway, long story short, this takes me about 3 minutes to fix, and we're going to do it just because that's the kind of guy I am, the kind of guy this is. Why not give him 5 minutes of your time? So
yeah, that's awesome. And it's not too hard to do.
No, you got 2 bolts in here. Oh yeah, look how loose those are.
Oh wow.
Somebody's had this all apart at one time for whatever reason.
Jeez.
Let's put the fat boy pressure on her.
Yeah, those are loose.
Okay.
Nice.
Hey.
There it is. So here's some of the chemicals we're going to be using. So this is going to be the fuel treatment. And then this is going to be run through the system here for the EGR.
All of the induction.
All of the induction.
Okay. So this is the induction side. This is the atomizer. You got positive air pressure, and then you have soap mixture coming in. Runs into the EGR bypass tube, and then as the EGR bypass valve opens and closes, it will change direction of the soap mixture going through the system. So you'll get it coming back through the intake side, then you'll get it back through the EGR side, and back and forth and back and forth. The whole process takes about 20 minutes due to the service, and I believe normally the service costs about $423. I believe we might even be running a coupon right now. You literally just have to log into the website, the Larry H. Miller website, find out what coupons are going on. We'll have coupons for the 3-box service, transmission service, the fuel tunes for the gas engines, and the induction injections for the diesels, plus many other coupons for many other services. Yeah, just if you want to find out how much they are, just log in and take a look at the websites and see what the current prices are for those. Alright, so when we're firing it up, the first thing we do is turn our pump on so that we're actually pumping fuel or cleaner into the engine. Now we are running on the cleaner only. And right here, we just turned on the atomizer so it can start running the soap through the engine. Right now we're doing both fuel injection and induction cleaning all at the same time. Oil change is done too. Oil change is done, trans service is done, front brakes are done.
So they got the works on this one.
Oh yeah, brake fluid flush, front brake job. Only thing I have left to do is power steering flush and change out the expansion tank. We've already put the additive in the tank, and we're in the process of going through the induction injection cleaning right now. The benefits of this are going to be to help clean out the soot from the EGR system. It builds up. It's just part of the maintenance that we have to do on these engines that still have their EGR valves and EGR systems intact. It's going to help keep the soot levels down, and for everybody who sees those grid heaters that are just totally gnarly plugged up, it helps prevent that. Doesn't totally prevent it, but it does help prevent it. As far as the injection flush, it keeps the injectors clean. It keeps them performing like they should. And it helps also clean the combustion chambers out and the pistons out as it runs through the engine. So you're getting a twofold cleaning on the fuel side, but you also get the induction cleaning on the EGR side. All of which are going to help keep the engine performing at its optimal point for a much longer period. And then, yeah, recommend this every 30,000 miles. If your dealer is not recommending this, bring it down to me. I'll do it happily. It's a process that I believe in. It sells itself. We've gone and shown you the chemicals. You can look those chemicals up on the websites and look for yourself. Does this really work? I believe it does. As soon as I ever get a chance to pull an EGR cooler after I've done one of these cleanings, I'll gladly do that so we can show you the benefit of what it does inside the engine. And then also, when your 6.7 service comes up and you get that performed service indication on the dash, we'll actually remove the EGR cooler, soak it in a chemical, flush it out clean, and then put it back on. Not all shops do that. A lot of shops just change the CCV filter. We actually remove the EGR valve. That's why we call it a 67K service. It's a timed service. You get that performed service indicator up on your dash. That's what it means. It's time to change that CCV filter and have your EGR system serviced all at once.
Now, I'm sure you guys would like to know, does this actually work? So what I did was, obviously we can't take apart the truck. So where he plugged into through that piping, you can kind of see on this clip I'm going to show you, you can see that it's very clean. Now, normally, if you were to unplug that before doing the service, it would be pretty much black. I didn't have a chance to see him take the system apart because I was actually doing a video elsewhere. And so I raced back over right before he got started, basically. But yes, it does clean out the EGR, it does clean out the induction, and it does clean the injector. So that is a good option for guys out there. If you're planning on keeping your truck a long time, like you know that you're going to keep the truck, you know you're not going to delete it, this is a good option for those guys out there. There are some guys who do like the idea of helping the environment, and there's nothing wrong with that. I respect guys who like the idea of the emissions equipment on the trucks, and that's cool. So if you're planning to keep your truck a long time and you know you're not going to delete, this is an option out there for you. So I know that some products out there, like BG is a big one. They do claim better fuel economy when you do induction systems. That may be true for gas engines that are direct injection, but for diesels, I don't think that will really matter. I think that you're gonna feel good about yourself when you do a service like this. If it were me, Josh said 30K, and that's 100%. He's the master tech. For me personally, I would probably do it every 50, just because for me personally, I know that carbon buildup is a big deal in engines, but I don't idle my trucks that much, and I do have a chance to tow my trailers a couple hours here and there, you know, a few times, you know, within a quarter for sure. So I'm getting that engine pretty hot. I do run a lot of fuel additive. I run Hot Shot Secret. Someone asked me that question. I do run that, and that's not going to clean the combustion, but that is going to clean the injectors. It's going to lubricate the system, and that's more important to me personally. The carbon buildup is probably something that I think for those who do a lot of idling, a lot of city driving, this might be something you might want to put on your radar. And also, Josh mentioned it, and I mentioned it in a video too, about running a meth injection kit. I am going to look into it. Not sure if there's like a plug and play kit. And I do know that you may need some tuning, and obviously you would want to on and off switch for that system. You don't want that to be continuously running. So yeah, there's just a few things out there that you might have to look into if you are someone who wants to keep that engine clean. Obviously, a cleaner engine is going to run better, it's going to perform better, and it's potentially going to get you the fuel economy that you're looking for, but I don't think that it's going to get you a big improvement, you know. So with the quality of diesel, with the quality of just how the manufacturers have handled emissions equipment with the government, I think that these things are very important, right? EGR basically dumps soot back into the engine. So these things are important. So that's why doing this video is important for me, because I want you guys to just have something else to think about. That's all. And I hope that you guys share your comments down below with things that you've done in the past or other ideas that I haven't thought about or Josh hasn't mentioned. So yeah, let us know in the comment section below your thoughts. Thanks for watching the video, and see you guys soon.